Hello all, and welcome back to Chreos Gaming. I am continuing my playthrough of Morrowind as the Khajit Thief Drolan, and I have been tasked by Caius Cosades with finding the 6th house base in a cave called Ilunibi. And first I am supposed to go talk to Reza Pulia in Fort Buckmoth, and she's supposed to give me details. So Fort Buckmoth is south of Ald'ruhn, so I will go take the Silt Strider to Ald'ruhn, and from there probably just walk down to Fort Buckmoth. I'll come in when I have when I've gotten there. All right, this is Fort Buckmoth. Apparently you come in from the east through an east-facing entrance to reach it. I came around the outside because I came from the west, which was the wrong side. But now I am looking for Reza Pulia. So let's see. Does the guard know where Reza is? I cannot ask about Reza, so I'm probably going to have to look inside manually then. Are you Reza? You are. Alright. I'm Reza Pulia, champion of the Legion garrison here at Buckmoth Legion Fort, near Drolan. Caius Cosades sent you, didn't he? Caius says you're the one to handle this 6th house base near Nar Mok. Right? What do you say about the 6th house base? Only one trooper returned. He died soon after, horribly disfigured with Corprus disease, and out of his wits. In his ravings, he spoke of a cavern on the coast, called it Ilunibi. It's not on our maps. Try asking locals in Nar Mok. They fought with cultists and disfigured man-beasts, Corprus monsters, I think. They fled the attackers and got lost in the caves. Then they ran into a half-man creature named Dagoth Ur. This Dagoth Ur slew the rest of the patrol, but spared the one trooper. He told the trooper he was being spared, so he might tell others that the sleeper awakes, and the 6th house has risen, and Dagoth Ur is lord, and I am his priest, and all will be one with him in the flesh. The trooper awakened outside the caves and returned here. We couldn't recognize him, and he didn't respond to questions, just kept rambling on like a madman until he died. Oh my. Alright, what about Nar Mok? Nar Mok is an island fishing village on the Bitter Coast, roughly west of Caldera and Ald'ruhn. Here, let me mark it on your map. There is no marked route to Nar Mok from Ald'ruhn. It's no easy trip. Our patrols take the Balmora Road. At the Nissus Balmora Ald'ruhn signpost, go south, then immediately west on a side road to Drolan Fallon's cottage, then head cross-country west to the coast, with the old Dunmer stronghold at Andasrath as a landmark. When you hit the coast, turn south. Follow the coast, wading around headlands when necessary. Pass a shipwreck. When the coast levels out and turns from barren rock to green swamp, you're in the Bitter Coast region. Keep south, with the water on your left until you see Nar Mok, an island just off the coast. There's a crude plank bridge through some of the rocks to the island itself. It's a rough place, popular with adventurers, smugglers, and outlaws, but maybe someone in Nar Mok can tell you how to find Ilunibi sea caverns. Alright, I think Ilunibi is the last thing to ask about. Yep. Ilunibi, so that's what the dead trooper called the sea caverns where he found the 6th house base. It's not on our maps, and no one here has heard of it. Maybe the locals in Nar Mok can tell you where to find it, or you may have to search for it yourself. Alright, so my next step then is to head to the coast and find Nar Mok. Oops, wrong one. Which I'm pretty sure I've been to No, I have not been to Nar Mok before. Alright then, I will see if I can find my way to Nar Mok to ask people if they know where Ilunibi is, and I'll come back in when I get there. Alright, here is Nar Mok. I'm pretty sure. I'll walk up to that sign and verify as I sit here and take some mushrooms to get across. And then I can start asking, yep, Narmok, asking people about Ilubibi or something like that. Ilunini, something or other. So, first person outside, Karyurel or something. I'm Karyurel and this is Narmok. And you're Drolan? Fine, that's all taken care of. Now, why don't you tell me what you want? I want to know about Ilunibi. Ilunibi Caverns, that's what they call the old sea cave up on the north end of the island, right on Cartag Point. Don't poke around in there. It's a convenient smuggler's hole. They might not welcome visitors. What's Cartag Point? Yes, that's on the western coast. Not far from here. It's a gigantic boulder. Some of the orcs, there we go. Some of the orcs consider it a landmark. Why, I don't know. Some orc or another jumped off of on a dare. It didn't end well. Okay. Cartag Point. Alright. So he said... And that didn't get added to my journal. That's annoying. Do you say anything different, Nadine? Yes, that's fine. When you say Ilunibi, that's what they call the old sea cave up to the north end of the island, right on Cartag Point. Okay, so same stuff. So I need to go to the north end of the island, which is this way. And maybe it's close enough I don't need to do a cut and come back in. We'll see. I got attacked by a netch, one of those recently, and I haven't been attacked by them before. They've usually been non-aggressive, so I don't know what was up. I'll cut out and come back in. Alright, so it was worthwhile for me to have cut out, because there was a whole lot of swimming and fighting of Droog and picking of mushrooms. For the sake of information, Narmok's this way, came up to Cartag Point, crossed this wooden bridge, and I didn't pay enough attention because I came here, picked a bunch of stuff, and then went swimming. And what I should have done is come around this corner, because this is Cartag Point, and Ilunibi, the carcass of the saint, which is basically right where Cartag Point is, because it's, like they said, on Cartag Point. I was expecting a sea cave to be sea facing, and so this surprised me. Now, let's go find out what the cultists of the 6th house are doing. And I'm expecting this to be a very violent exploratory expedition. Also wondering if I'm going to be able to climb back up, but we'll see. Oh, am I going to have to go swimming? I mean, that would be the other reason to call it a sea cave. At that point, I do wonder if there was another entrance underwater that I may have been able to find. But this time it looks like it just means that it is going to be a bit wet. I was expecting combat sooner than this. But there's a guy.
There's some nice red ambiance for you.
Oh yeah. Very nice. Alright, let's switch to the local map so I can kind of try and tell. That's where I came from. It says there's something behind me. Oh, okay then. There is. Well, crap. There's 3 branches. I'm going to start going this way.
It's a trap.
Well, I mean, maybe? I don't know how much it's a trap versus it's just... Oh hey, one of the Dreamer. Well, I know the Dreamers are enemies, so really don't want Corprus meat, thanks though. And then here's one of the guards that probably dead adventurer. Oh wow, lots of stuff. So gold, a probe, a lockpick. The shield is medium, but I'm using light. There's a demon mace, which can cast bound mace. I don't... How much weight is it? 25. I don't want to take up that weight. Then the rest of it's all heavy armor, so I'm going to ignore that. Yeah, alright, well, this was definitely the correct direction to go first, because there's nothing there. I guess the other question is, do I follow always go left, as if from the entrance, or as if from this perspective? I'm going to say from this perspective, and I'm going to go this way. Because I can't tell whether it looks like that continues on. It looks like they both continue on for a ways. So we will see. Now I am looking for a particular named enemy. Don't remember the name because I just tend to forget those things. Dagoth Ur is the, like, head bad guy of the whole thing. But there was something, I want to say it was similar to that. Alright, so there's another, no, that's not a sleeper. That's an ash zombie, maybe? Yep. Wow. I got the right title for it. Hey, you're not supposed to get back up. Stay down. Alright, looks like he's actually going to stay down this time. That was intriguing. Well, maybe I picked the wrong direction, because now there's a door, and the door probably leads somewhere. We will find out where. And before I do, I am going to use the hearth belt somewhere in here. Not hearthstone, hearth belt. To top off my health, because I expect this to be a fairly combat heavy path. Well, quest. Combat heavy quest, and I want to have as much benefit as I can. Oh, they've even got Daedra. Neat. And more crossroads. I get to decide which direction I want to go. Let's see how quickly... Oh, a Dremora. That's right. So I realized, having thought about it, that the whole they're holding their hands up thing that I keep interpreting as please don't hurt me is just what this looks like from outside. So it's the getting ready to cast position, and it's just... it's abnormal, it's unexpected, that type of thing. So things are taking more damage than they had been in the past. I'm going to guess that stuff around here is higher level, which makes sense. It is getting into the main quest line closer probably to the end of the game, so having higher level stuff would make sense. I would not want to come in here having only completed, for example, the Thieves Guild quests, because I didn't have a whole lot of armor and weapons ratings at that point. I've gotten considerably... Ow! Speaking of... Okay, so my sneak was insufficient that time. Well, can't be perfect, I suppose. I also wonder if there's not something wrong with my keyboard, because the sneak icon tends to go away, except I don't feel like when it happens it looks like I've stood up. I don't remember it changing my perspective. So it may just be that sneak fails sometimes, even when I have 100 sneak like I do. That looks like another dead adventurer, unfortunately. How did you... Wow. Speaking of things being tougher, took sneak attack damage and survived it. Alright, well, I will take the lockpicks and stuff. Yeah, I don't care about the flame cleaver. Much as it probably sells well, I don't have a lot of weight because of all of the other stuff I picked up getting here, most likely. Okay, so see, Sneak, he had his back turn, and Sneak just outright failed there. That was intriguing. Alright, well, we'll keep going. I usually like a full clear, and I feel like I'm going the wrong way because of how far in this is going. But I can always clear out the rest of it on my way out instead of on my way in. Kind of like the way I ran the last video where I ran all the way to the top, completed what I was supposed to, and then cleared the rest as I came down. Oh, good grief. Okay. So there's a doorway to the left, a bunch of stuff to the right, a sleeper and a doorway straight ahead. So I'm going to go see what this door says it is. Use that to help make my decision about where I'm going. I guess it is a 6th house base, so I should have expected it to be extensive, but I was not. Alright, so that's the blackened heart. I actually half expect that other door is going to go to the same location, and it will just be 2 paths into the same thing. So, before we go kill that guy, might as well come confirm whether or not that's the case. I mean, it would make sense that the enemy I'm supposed to be fighting is in a place called the Black Heart, but we will see. No, that's the Tainted Morrow. Well, then I have 2 locations I'm going to have to clear, but before I do, I still want to go this way, because I expect this will be a dead end, and I will not have to continue on from it, but I don't know. That is one of the things Skyrim did well, being a later development. It made it such that when you went into a dungeon and cleared it, eye contacted with her. Well, that's annoying. I have a reduction of strength and endurance by 10 points. Well, that might be a problem. Do I have something of cure light disease or something? Slow falling, hearthstone, shadow form, intervention. What does an amulet of rest do? Restore fatigue. Staff of Magnus, bonebiter bow, magic items. Okay. So no is the short version. I do not have. So then the question is, what kind of potions do I have? Probably not worth using a potion of cure disease just because it's not that big a deal. But if I get... would a potion exclusive restore strength, would that undo? Alright, so my strength right now is 63. If I use this, goes up to 73. Neat. So that does undo the strength loss from the disease. Nice. Alright. Even though I will have to do something else with that. That is a dead end, so I guess now I will head over to the Dark Heart first. I'm just concerned that if I keep contracting diseases that eventually it'll just be so significant that I won't be able to continue any longer. Alright, this, well, I was going to say it looks empty, but it continues on past the fire pit. And there's an individual there. Oh. They're going to notice me. Yep. Ow. And that's with 100 sneak. That's pretty crazy. Now that said, I am down to 79 agility for some reason, so I may have to find or build a potion of restore agility, because maybe it was a disease that I got cured of, but even after getting cured I have the reduction there. Oh, and I'm a bit low. I should fix that. Alright. Oh my. Maze upon maze, apparently. And there's a Corprus walker, or Corprus something or other. Plus the caster that was there. Well, let's kill the Corprus guy. That was lame. Okay. Haha, yeah. Where'd the caster go? Oh, it's a ghost. What kind of ghost? A bone something or other. Oh, and I got a spell off. I was not expecting that. Bone Lord. Okay. Get some bone meal. Sure, I'll take the lesser soul gem. I haven't been doing anything with them, but maybe I might. Okay, and that is, not surprisingly, a loop. That's what I was expecting, which is why I came this way first. So that I could get the loop cleared, and yeah, so now I can head back. Marowak's spine. Did I miss a turn? I wasn't. No. So was Marowak's spine where I came in? Is that? That must be what happened. Even though I don't remember coming in and turning left. I have bad memories, or a bad memory. But yeah, this is the way I wanted to go. Okay. So that's probably what happened, is came in, turned left, and I just didn't realize where I was called Marowak's spine. Okay. Saying something, oh yeah, Skyrim's, when you enter a dungeon, basically they set up a way such that you can quickly get from the end of the exit of the dungeon, or the last portion of the dungeon. There's always some kind of, well, not always, there's often a loop back such that it is easy to get to the entrance of the dungeon from the far side of the dungeon. So that was a nice quality of life improvement, even if it didn't make a whole lot of sense lore-wise. It was just convenient. Whereas in Morrowind, I'm going to have to hike my way back out. Oh my. That is probably a Frost Atronach. They tend to be durable. And at higher levels, I expect that's only worse, given that's what higher levels do. I also thought I saw multiple figures, not just the Atronach. So, nope, Storm Atronach, not Frost. And it is, yep, it's kind of durable. Not terribly so, though, since I was able to kill it, and I get Void Salts for it. Nice. Alright. I have to assume that the steps in the Atronach suggest that I am going the right direction. And what is this? This is Soul's Rattle. Alright. Oops. Save it real quick before heading into the Soul's Rattle. And is that a sleeper or a zombie? I can't tell. Zombie. Well, Corprus Stalker, but same difference. And that is a Frost Atronach. That's right, they're the muscle-bound armored things. I forgot. Thankfully, in doing enough damage, or damage fast enough, they're stunned a little with each hit, and they don't really get the opportunity to hit back. Alright. So being sneaky has definitely been effective for this section. That's what I was hoping. I can imagine that without sneak, I would have to be taking a lot more damage. I do wonder if a ranged character would be able to do as well, since you do get the opportunity to see them from a distance fairly well prior to having to engage, but I don't know how good their vision is, so it's not clear whether if I were standing they'd be able to see me when I could see them. But I may find that out in another playthrough at some point, if I even remember that there is something to compare, because this particular playthrough has taken quite a while. I don't remember when I uploaded the first video, I just know that this has been a long process so far. Alright, so to you, see if I can, nope. Well, the other one didn't notice. It is nice that they have independent awareness. Not exactly realistic, since you'd expect that if one guy shouts and starts attacking, the other would notice. Okay, so this... Oh, I was going to say it looks like all dead ends, and in part because that rubble has fallen, so it's probably not technically supposed to be a dead end, but it ends up being one because of that, unless this goes around. Oh my. Yeah, so Dagoth, I was right. Dagoth Ur says, "The sixth house greets you, Lord Nerevar." Oh, really? Or Drolan, as you call yourself. I am known as Dagoth Ur, priest of Elunibi Shrine and minister to sixth house servants. My lord Dagoth Ur has informed me of your coming. I wish that this time you had come to honor your lord's friendship, not to betray it. Why do you think he's friendship? All right, let's start with that. Lord Dagoth gives me these words to say to you, so you may give them thought. Once we were friends and brothers, Lord Nerevar, and peace and in war. Yet beneath Red Mountain you struck me down as I guarded the treasure you bound me by oath to defend. But remembering our old friendship, I would forgive you and raise you high in my service. My Lord Dagoth bids you come to Red Mountain. For the friendship and honor that once you shared, he would grant you counsel and power, if only you would pledge that friendship anew. I am not your Lord Dagoth, yet I, too, would say to you, do you come with weapons to strike me down, or would you put away your weapon and join me in friendship? Well, that's intriguing. All right, what do you say about the sixth house? The sixth house was not dead, but only sleeping. Now it wakes from its long dream, and with its lord, Dagoth Ur, it comes forth to free Morrowind of foreign rulers and divine pretenders. When the land is swept clean of false friends and greedy thieves, the children of Veloth will build anew a garden of plenty in this blighted wasteland. Okay. What about Ilunibi Shrine? Ilunibi Shrine is just a small, quiet retreat for sixth house servants, a place to contemplate and to grow strong and wise in Lord Dagoth's ways. Here we share the sacrament of flesh and blood, and dream the dreams of our Lord. This and other lesser shrines are hidden from prying eyes throughout the land, but the greatest shrines of sixth house servants lie beneath Red Mountain in the citadels of our Lord and his close kin. Alright, so then what about sixth house servants? Forgive the rude welcome, but until you have declared for us, we must treat you as our enemy. The sleepers and dreamers are newly come to Lord Dagoth, and not yet blessed with his power. But the children of his flesh, they are deep in the heart of his mysteries. Their bodies swell to contain his glory, and to yield the rich sacraments of our Lord's feasts. And we are the least of his servants, for ash poets, ascended sleepers, and ash vampires stand high above us in the Lord's bountiful grace. Alright, and our enemy. Lord Dagoth would far rather have you as a friend than as an enemy, but until you submit to him, sixth house servants will treat you as an enemy and try to destroy you. If you wish to be our friend, first you must go to Lord Dagoth in his citadel on Red Mountain and make your submission. Right, and then what about Dagoth himself? Dagoth Ur is the awakened lord of the sixth house, come to cast down false gods, drive foreigners from the land, and restore the ancient glory of Morrowind. He bids you come to Red Mountain. For the friendship and honor that once you shared, he would grant you counsel and power, if only you would pledge that friendship anew. This is sounding familiar. The path to Red Mountain is long and filled with danger, but if you are worthy, you will find there wisdom, a firm friend, and all the power you need to set the world aright. Did I already ask about sixth house? Yes, I did.
But
Okay.
you didn't do the Lord's friendship.
I didn't?
I don't think so.
I thought that's what I started with. Yeah, that's what I started with.
Okay.
So basically, once we were friends and brothers. So he's talking to me as if I am Nerevar.
Right.
And it appears that, yeah, because that's this makes sense. That's the view they were suggesting, is that Nerevar betrayed Dagoth. And it is interesting that he said that he's guarding something that Nerevar suggested he should. But where's dude that was talking to me? I is confused. A voice from nowhere, apparently. No, there he is, potentially. Yeah, that's spoiled Slowfall. Sure, why not? Potion of Light. Also, sure, why not? Silver Staff. Journeyman's Armor's Hammer will be good for me later. That is disturbing though, because apparently Corprus is like they eat the diseased flesh as part of this whole thing, and that just sounds terribly unpleasant. Well, I mean, Kaya said to come kill you, and I really don't have a lot of interest in joining you guys, so goodbye. With his dying breath, Dagoth Ur smiles and curses you. Even as my master wills, you shall come to him in his flesh and of his flesh. Oh, that's not good. I caught Corprus. It gives fortify attributes, strength, and endurance 1 point, but that's not good. 6th house amulet does drain personality 20 points for 5 seconds on self. And then there's a message from Dagoth Ur. Alright, well, let's see what that says. Lord Nerevar Indoril, High Residania, my lord, friend, and companion. Once we were friends and brothers, Lord Nerevar, in peace and in war. No houseman ever served you better or more faithfully. Much that I did was at your command, at great cost to myself and my honor. Yet beneath Red Mountain you struck me down as I guarded the treasure you bound me by oath to defend. It was a cruel blow, a bitter betrayal, to be felled by your hand. But remembering our old friendship, I would forgive you and raise you high in my service. The 6th house was not dead, but only sleeping. Now we wake from our long dream, coming forth to free Morrowind of foreign rulers and divine pretenders. When the land is swept clean of false friends and greedy thieves, the children of Veloth will build anew a garden of plenty in this blighted wasteland. Come to Red Mountain, old friend, for the fellowship and honor that once we shared. I would grant you counsel and power, if only you would pledge that friendship anew. The path to Red Mountain is long and filled with danger, but if you are worthy, you will find there wisdom, a firm friend, and all the power you need to set the world aright. As ever, your respectful servant and loyal friend, Lord Vorin Dagoth Ur. No, don't buy it. If it weren't for the Corprus, you know, I might actually be somewhat... Ooh, glass boots. Armor rating 108.
You can't wear boots.
Oh, I can't wear boots. Dang it all. Iron Tonto is just iron. Commoner pants. Pauldrons. Pants and robe. Nothing useful, basically. Thank you for reminding me I can't wear boots, because I was about to go compare that to the boots I was wearing. I am curious. I don't know what would have happened if I just walked away. What would... Bids me come where he would. Yeah, I don't know. So, that's... Yeah, Corpus disease is going to be a bit of an issue. I mean, I'll try and visit a shrine, but I have the feeling that it won't do me any good. Actually, I could just use an Almcivi intervention and get back to a shrine. I do want to finish clearing this, though. Although maybe what I ought to do is just cut out, finish clearing it, and then cut back in when I return to a shrine or something somewhere. I will do that, just so that this is not extensive. If it happens that I stumble upon something interesting, I will cut back in to show whatever it happens to be that I find that is interesting. But I have the feeling that it's just going to be... I cleared that. Why does it look like I didn't? Because I didn't actually walk into the dark. Oh, good grief. Alright, now where am I? This way. This way. Yeah, so I'll come back in a bit. So I've gone a bit further in and encountered this creature that I want to say I've seen before, actually. Like when I went to kill the necromancer. A winged twilight. Looks harpy-ish. But does not look Corprus-ish. And it's got void salts. Okay, Interesting. Just hadn't seen those before, or forgot that I may have seen it once before, so wanted to point it out. But otherwise, there's not really been anything more significant, and this is a extra path into the Carcass of the Saint, which apparently is down a path I didn't take. So it looks like, if I'm understanding this correctly, there was largely a loop available to reach the different locations that all ended up heading to a central location, which would have been where I ran into Dagoth Ur. I think it was Dagoth Ur. Which makes some sense. Not so much all roads lead to Rome, but give you the illusion of choice by saying left or right, but have left and right both lead to the same location. Now the scrolls and the other things of Almcivi Intervention and Divine Intervention take you to the nearest, what do you call it? Shrine or temple. So I don't know where the nearest one is for where I am now, but I am facing the wrong direction. I am pretty sure. Yeah, so I have now cleared this, and Krog Point is the next location. The one thing I did want to confirm is that I can successfully walk out of here and don't have to do anything like levitate or anything to get out. That does appear to be the case. Yes, okay. So with that, let's... Oh, hello. Let's kill the Cliff Racer. And then, let's see here. I should have... I think I have a ring, right? Yes, an amulet of divine intervention. So let's use that. And that takes me to the Buckmoth Legion Fort, which is functional. Is there then a shrine in the Buckmoth Legion Fort? I didn't look for one, but it wouldn't surprise. Yeah, I know I'm diseased, dude. Just out of curiosity, let's go talk to Reza Pulia now that I've completed that. Hey, get away from me. You've got Corpus disease. You can't get cured of Corpus. Get away! Corpus disease. I've heard of Corpus disease before, but never seen it. The trooper's flesh was swollen and covered with growths. His bones twisted and lost their shape. He spoke to himself as if in a dream. We didn't recognize him at first, except for his clothing and armor. The fort chaplain tried spells and potions, but couldn't cure the disease. He died soon after he reached the fort. Didn't realize how fast Corpus kills. It sure wasn't pretty. The troops seem shaken. I'm a little worried myself, to tell the truth. Apparently that's what she would have said before if I'd asked her specifically about Corpus disease. Let's see, what do you say about Ulanibi now? That's what yeah, okay, so basically, she does not say anything new except for, oh my gosh, you have Corpus, go away. Alright, wooden door, is there a shrine in here? Because, I mean, I used it very specifically because I was trying to get somewhere with a shrine. There's not one in here. Or in here. So, no is the answer. I think there's a shrine in Aldrune, though, so I'll make my way to Aldrune. Hope I find one. I guess I can check around a little bit more. Yeah, see, that just goes outside, right? Yep. So I'll try Aldrune. Since I think Aldrune's big enough, I want to say there was a temple. Could be wrong. Well, since I'm here. Nope. For my Gods and Emperor, a handbook of the Imperial Cult. Oh, interesting. Okay. And now I need to just leave. So yeah, I'll cut back in. Oh, nope, that didn't leave. Now I don't know where I am. So confused. Wow. this is large. That's a really long hallway for... Oh, there's a prison here. What?
Please, I don't wish to catch whatever you have.
And there are people in it. I suppose I shouldn't be surprised, but kind of am. Goes up into more of the prison.
I don't wish to catch whatever you have.
More people. And then this just goes outside. Okay, cool. That works, I suppose. Yeah, now I've got a... Is this different? This is interior.
Please, I don't wish to catch whatever
So that suggests then that really all I did was... Nope, that's the towers. Okay. Never mind. I'm going to see if I can find my way to Aldrune. When I get to Aldrune, I'll see if I can find a... Oh, what is it even called? A shrine so that I can at least get rid of drain attributes from Wither, if not from Corprus, which I'm not going to be able to get rid of Corprus. That's going to be a plot point, I'm sure. But better one disease than two. So I'll be back. Alright, so there is an Aldrune temple here, so I can get rid of at least some of my reduction. Now, Wither was removing endurance by 10 points. Corprus is not removing endurance, it's actually fortifying endurance by 1 point. So that means I should get back 9 points of endurance. Right now it's 28. So in theory it'll go up to 37 after I get rid of Wither, hopefully. So let's see here.
There is someone watching me, I can tell.
Shrine of Saint Maris and Shrine of Saint Roris. I don't know either of them. Would you like to make a donation of 35 and receive a blessing? Yes, please. Cure disease, please. That did not work. Alright. So, cure blight. That didn't work either. So, drain... Oh, no, it's just that the attributes are still drained. Oops. So I should have looked at that first rather than casting it twice and losing an extra 35 gold potentially. Especially since everybody's going to be upset with me because I have Corprus, so nobody's... My sales prices are going to be low for a little while. Alright, but that done. Now I can head back to Balmora and talk to Caius, let him know this has been completed, and then we probably have the next quest is going to be how do you get rid of Corprus, which I would like to get rid of Corprus. Now, does it... It doesn't appear to have any impact on the visual of my character. At least not at the moment, so have to look at that later, see if it develops any. Probably not, would be my guess. Alright, good day, Outlander. Oh, well, you're not upset with me for having Corprus. At least that's nice. To Balmora, please. I have no idea how long it's been, but... Oh. Shoot. Okay, so I forgot to switch off the Amulet of Divine Intervention, and I went to do my restoration spam, and in the process, I went back to Monmouth Legion Fort, which is next to Balmora, so that's not bad at least. I just have to make the run back to Balmora, unfortunately, now, because I forgot which spell I had equipped, which was very silly of me, but so be it. Yeah, so Balmora is just over there. Alright, well, I will make this run and cut back in when I get to Caius. Alright, so this is Caius. I do wonder if the game will let you die if you don't do anything about your Corprus initially. Alright, Caius, are you here to discuss your orders, Drolan? Yes, I am. With Dagoth Ur dead, the 6th House Shrine is no longer a threat. You've more than earned a promotion to the rank of Traveler. I'm very worried that you have Corprus disease, but I have some good news in that department. I canvassed my informants for possible treatments, just in case you contracted the disease during your mission. I learned from Fast Eddie that your best chance of getting cured is Dagoth Fear, an ancient Telvanni wizard who runs a corpusarium for victims of the disease. Here, take this Dwemer artifact and 1,000 drakes and go to Telfire? I don't know. Dagoth Ur will like the Dwemer artifact. A gift may sweeten his disposition. The gold is for expenses. And here's a couple of... No, Grizzy. Here's a couple of levitation potions. I hear you'll need them in Telvanni towers because wizards don't use stairs. So get moving and get the Corpus disease cured, then hurry back. I think I know how to get the lost prophecies Nabani Mesa asked for. Journal's been updated, got the Dwemer Coherer, got 1,000 gold, got 3 quality rising force potions, which will be nice other than I have the wizard staff. Alright, so do you say anything different about the 6th house? Of course, I'd have to remember what you said the 6th house before to know if this is different, but Trusted Informant says they're a secret cult associated with some strange events recently, and, more important, my informant thinks these recent disturbances are related in some way to the Nerevarine prophecies. I don't remember if that's what he said before or not. All right, what do you say about... It is?
I believe so.
Oh, okay. What do you say about Corprus disease? You have Corprus disease. It's a rare disease that usually drives victims mad and causes terrible deformed growths on the body. I don't know much about it. I'll check my informants and see how to cure it. In the meantime, we can discuss your orders. No, that's fine. You gave me orders. All right, who's Fast Eddie? Ed Themin, also Fast Eddie, also Eddie the Rat, is a rare commodity. A former Telvanni wizard who has gone Imperial and joined the Mages Guild. A colorful but unreliable character. Interesting, but he is an invaluable source of inside information on Great House Telvanni. He has a small house here in Balmora. Okay, well that's kind of interesting. What about the Dwemer artifact? Fast Eddie says Dagoth Ur collects Dwemer artifacts. Yes, I know it's treason to trade in Dwemer artifacts, but don't worry about it. I'm a big shot Imperial Spymaster, remember? And yes, it's worth a fortune, but you're worth it. The cash is for expenses, and just in case, good luck. Alright, I think that means... Oh, I haven't asked about Telfir yet. Telfir, Dagoth Ur's tower, is southwest of Sadrith Mora, on an island on the southwestern edge of Zafir Bel Bay. Here, let me mark it on your map. There's a dock, but no boat service, so you must water walk or swims from Sadrith Mora. Use the guild guide service at the Balmora Mages Guild to reach Sadrith Mora. At Sadrith Mora, find Wolverine Hall Fighters Guild and ask the scouts Sandra and Arathi for detailed directions to Telfir. Alright then. That's fine. I guess I am going to get to run there next. Hopefully maybe it'll be simple. I don't know.
So what's a corpusarium?
Oh, yes, thank you. Corpusarium is the temple sends victims of Corpus disease to the Corpusarium. The Corpusarium is beneath Telfir, the tower of the Telvanni wizard Dagoth Ur. I asked Fast Eddie what it was like. It's a swell place full of doomed crazy people with bloated bodies. You'll love it. It sounds like a isolation place for them, but they don't just kill them. But if he's a wizard, I half expect that he's experimenting on them too. I don't know. We'll find out.
Well, given what the Mages Guild was up to, sure, why not?
Yeah, most likely. All right, but I will find out more about the Corpusarium and Telfir and all of that good stuff in the next video. Thanks all.
Hello all, and thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please click the like button below. You can also subscribe using the channel image in the center of the video. If you are interested in more content in this video series, to the left is a link to the full playlist. Alternatively, when it is available, to the right will be a link to the next video in the series. Thanks all.